everybody, it's Christina from Redefine Creative, and I was at a retreat this last weekend, and we talked a little bit about older supplies and things we've been hanging on to for a long time. And I have a bunch of older supplies, so things that I don't want to part with, but I don't always reach for as like the first thing to use. So I thought it would be fun to start a series called Blast from the Past, where I can like be a little more intentional about using some of these products. So I have this photo. It is just smaller than 4x6 from when my friends and I were in Costa Rica when I was in high school. So quite an old picture to go along with my supplies today. So I'm going to go ahead and start by backing my photo. And I am putting it on a bunch of really bright kind of fun colors. And these are all newer papers. So everything that I pulled out that was older were embellishments. So I've got some K & Company borders over there, some Making Memories stickers, and some of those like paper flowers that we all had to have, but you don't see them so much anymore. And then I also have a sticker sheet stuck back there. So I'm building up my layers that are going to sit behind my photo, and I'm kind of just basing it on the colors in the letters and the flowers that I know I want to use. So then I'm going to go ahead and grab some of these border strips, and I actually really enjoy using these border strip packs. So I have a few, so you'll see them a couple of times probably throughout this series because I really enjoy using them. So all we're going to do today is create a big border element using all these strips. So we've got like pinks, oranges, corals, yellows, those types of colors. They work perfectly for Costa Rica. And I'm just going to start gluing them in a column. So I'm going to try to vary the colors and the shapes. And then I also want to make sure that all of my lengths are not the same. So as I go and kind of build all of this area together, I am cutting them at a little bit different lengths so that it looks, you know, kind of intentional. Like everything isn't going to be perfectly lined up and matchy-matchy. There is that butterfly border that was in there that I think is just adorable, and it breaks up some of the flowers and the like loops and things, and it's a little bit different, so it works really well. Once I get this entire like side of the paper done, I am going to go ahead and add some ink around the outside edges of my page. And I am doing that just to kind of tie everything together. So I went with this kind of pumpkin orangish color because I feel like it was kind of a good blend of everything that I had going on. And I like how that fits. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and grab these paper flowers. And so I'm layering them up together, kind of bringing in the colors and the patterns that I want to add to my layout. So I'm trying to make sure that I get some of the blue in there because I have blue behind my photo, but I don't have blue anywhere else on the layout just yet. So I am going to try to get some of that blue in there. And to kind of update these a little bit, so I'm going to glue the two layers together, which is automatically going to give me that extra texture and height. And then I'm going to find some puffy stickers that I can put in the middle. And so the reason I am doing that is because sometimes when you combine like an older supply with something that has that newer look to it, it kind of gives you a cool combination and makes it look more intentional. So these puffy stickers are going to go into the centers. Some of them are a big size, some of them are a little bit smaller. But I feel like those are kind of updating those flowers a little bit. So if you have some of these flowers left in your stash, don't be afraid to pull them out. So you may just want to add something in the middle. So you can go with Nuvo drops. You could go stay old school and go with brads or eyelets, puffy stickers, enamel dots, mixed media, any of that kind of stuff to just kind of give them a little bit of an updated feel. And I'm just going to scatter my flowers all around this border area. So I'm not going to put any onto this other side. I'm trying to kind of keep everything sort of contained where it's at. And I'm going to keep adding to these areas as we go. But now I'm going to go ahead and go over to the sticker sheet, and they have these few cute little flowers that I thought I could add in this corner. And I have a little sunshine. It's just kind of giving me, I don't know, a little extra spot for some detail. And I am going to add to some of these areas as well. Now on this sticker sheet, there are some plain white clouds. So all I am going to do is stick it to my finger, and then I tap it along the edge of my ink pad so that some areas are going to get colored and some aren't. And that creates a really cool kind of varied texture and varied color that makes them look a little bit more real. So rather than using plain white or plain blue, kind of gives me a more unique look. Now I'm going to go ahead and spell out the words Pura Vida, just because that was like the catchphrase while we were in Costa Rica, I guess you could say. I'm trying to alternate my capital letters and lowercase letters because I think that adds a little bit more of a whimsical feel. It also kind of helps to make it look a little bit more modern. I'm trying to stay away from the green because I don't have a lot of green going on my layout other than in the picture. So I'm trying to kind of stay away from the green letters. I didn't like the A choices that I had, so I did a little bit of surgery there and made a D into an A instead so that I could change up the color choice. And then we're just going to get Vida down here on the bottom. And I like that the R and then when I get to the end of the second word, the A are going to be in that uppercase where everything else is in a lowercase. And I just really think that that looks super cute. So looking at these letters, you would never know that these came out of my older stash just because varying the capital and lowercase is something that's a little bit, you know, newer trend. So then I went ahead and went and looked on this sheet for some other little flowers and things that I could add. So I'm trying really hard to stick pretty close to those older supplies. So I didn't want to necessarily pull out a bunch of new supplies to coordinate with these as well, just because to me that kind of defeated the purpose of being so intentional about using some of my older stuff. And I really like how it looks with those two little frames that kind of stacked up together around my little flower cluster. I am going to add some journaling to this page, and you can see me kind of tapping my finger, and that's always what I tend to do when I'm filming a video and I'm not sure what to do next or where I want to go. So I found these puffy stickers, and these are new. These are from Paige Evans. The good stuff kind of brings in some of the darker pink, so I'm adding a few little elements off of this puffy sticker sheet. It's something that's been in my stash for a while. It's not as old as the other stuff, but I'm down to like 5 or 6 stickers, so I'm really just trying to get it used up. I am going to get that one butterfly in there, and then that is basically going to do it for this one. So hopefully, after watching this series, you will start to feel inspired to embrace a blast from the past and dig through your stash, find some of those older things that maybe you keep passing by for the fun new things. And I can't wait to see you again really soon. Bye, everybody.